guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. All right, so in this video, we're actually gonna do some stuff. It is 10:38, Sunday the 23rd. And should I be doing this right now? No, I should not. But we are, so whatever. Now, what I'm going to be doing is, I believe it was Doodle who had asked in my March completed pages if I could talk about stamping and stickers on a coloring page. And so we're going to do that. I've pre-selected some of my Azure alcohol markers. I did mention I picked this up from Amazon. And we're actually going to do a little bit of testing. And really it's because I want to get the lightest color out of the ones that I chose. And they're mostly tans or flesh tones, or at least that's what they're called. Oh, that one's more pink. And then there's a gray, and there's a clear. Okay, so I'm hoping this video isn't going to be too long, but I'm going to start with, I've got a blotter sheet back here, and I'm just going to roughly color her in Tan 1 from the Azure line. And I want to do that before I put my distress ink, because I have found that with the distress ink, if I were to do a color over that, sometimes it doesn't adhere or it changes the color. Now, I'm not so fussed if that happens, but I've just gotten to the habit of doing all of my marker work first and then going back in and doing distress ink. Now, I am not too concerned with getting streaks because we are going to be adding some things. I do want to maintain the whites of the eyes though, and I'm not necessarily going for a monochromatic look, but I did want something to pull more neutral. So I'm going to do a base here. Just trying to figure what things are. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is my monthly buddy color with my friend Deb over at Instagram. We have been doing a Zan Von Zed page, mostly. Sometimes we branch out into other things, every single month for months now. This is the Zan Von Zed Ladies of Leisure 2 or 3. Once I'm done with this, I'll show you guys. And it's my least colored one because it's the one that's the line art, not the grayscale. Oh, who knew she had so much surface? I just want to put a solid color down. That's kind of what I did. I'll insert a picture here of the Ikuko page. That is probably one of my favorites, and it has that mixed media where it's distress ink, stamping, and stickers, but I did do the alcohol marker work first, and it was predominantly just one color with some glaze pen for accents. So I don't know that I'll finish this page with you guys on camera. Again, it is rather late, but I did want to just show you guys some stuff. Again, I don't care if there's streaks or light patches because we'll be doing a little bit of layering. Okay, so she is fully based out, tan 1. Let's see how dark tan 11 is. Use the fine point. It's actually still a little damp, so it's not going to get as saturated as if it were just on dry. But I'm going to just, on her outfit, go back in and highlight, or low light, I guess, because the color is darker, with this one. Just trying to add in some interest. These look like armbands of some kind, I guess, protecting her outfit. Although she does have that giant sword. Let's color this ruffle in. And a little messy because it's going to spread again. I can still feel the dampness, but also it just gives it some interest, at least in my mind, with little bits of color peeking through. Okay, same down here. Just kind of scumble it. Because with these Zan Von Zed, it's sort of like the Carla Magana pages for me, although with Carla Magana, I tend to go with lots of bright colors and glitter. It really is about experimenting and just seeing how I can turn this into just something that's just visually interesting, just because I find these pictures just visually interesting. Oh, I think that's her hair. So let's do some stuff with her hair. So let's take Flesh Tone 6. It does nothing. Brown. Seems a little cooler. Let's just do a little bit of scribbling. I think this is actually background here, but we're going to pretend that it's hair. Again, just adding some color here and there. And there's no reason I can't add more, but I want to see what it looks like monochrome, because I also know what kind of embellishments, or at least colors, that I'm putting in on the background. So I'm doing a pass through just to see if I can darken it up a little bit. Don't want to miss these other pieces of hair. Actually, like how that looks. And some of the places I know would definitely be darker, like back here, because it's in shadows and it's the most receded. But it also helps that there's these lines. So that helps me know that, yeah, that should be a little darker. And there's this one here. Okay, let's Let's make a sharper line for the sword. Okay, already it's a little interesting, and with the splotchiness of the original coat, it actually also adds some texture, at least I think so. Flesh tone 11. Oh, that's very pink. So let's frame her face. Come into her eyes here. Color her lips. Do some outline of her skin. It's a really pretty pink, but flesh tone. I don't know if I'd go that far. Well, that looks really nice together. Okay, I think this we had done in that tan 11. So that looks the same. Now let's take that colorless blender. Let's see if we can lift some of this up. Now, I don't want to necessarily erase it. I just want it to look like something else. So if you were not watching this video and you saw this completed page, you'd wonder what color that was. That looks nice. I have to say that worked really well. I like the look of that. And then if you put a glaze over that, a glaze pen, although I don't, maybe an orange pen, that could look really interesting. All right, let's go for cool gray. Let's see what that does. That's quite an interesting contrast. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's definitely interesting. I don't know that I've seen a lot of brown and gray. And there might be a reason for that. I don't know. It kind of looks kind of greenish to me. Okay, and we'll do the pearls in this first. And finish up the line work. Okay, I think I've got all those things. Just realized that's more of that right there. I think that was this 10, 11. So not many colors, but definitely interesting, to me anyway. And go in these. Oh, I see some lines I missed. Oh, I see some more lines I missed. To me, this kind of looks like the color of like worn leather. Oh, more dots. Let's see how that pink and gray stacks up. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm tempted to go over this, but we'll see, because when I do the stamping and the stickers, it may just be enough to kind of bring this in together. Since we lighten that up, let's try one of these lighter flesh tones. So flesh tone number 4. Ooh, I like that. That looks good. Let's add some of this in the hair. Helps give a little distinguished, or just distinguishing different elements. Not gonna lie, I am not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. All right, so let's shove that to the side. Oh no, I wanted to do something. So tan 1. Put that layer of gray, and this is the original color I put everywhere. And I wanted to put this down. And then I wanted to come in with the colorless splendor. It's not going to blend. This paper is not made for that. But I want it to look interesting. Does it look like metal? I don't know. I like how that hand looks though. It kind of looks like watercolor, honestly. Let's kind of do that in here. Oh, wait. Okay, there's just color underneath. I'm like, is it spreading it? But we're going to only do it in this kind of patterny thing, because you can see that it's drying like if it were a watercolor, like the hand. And I really like how that looks. Plus we get texture really easily. Oh, no, that was a mistake. Wasn't paying attention. I was being too impressed with myself. As you do. Okay, so I definitely want to fix up her eyes, but let's get in with some Distress ink. As you guys know, I kept my Holbein pencils because I like to use this as a palette. And I'm just going to put some of this milled lavender down first. And we're just going to come in. Really wish I had a bigger desk sometimes. And just put this all over. Now, if you're wondering, hey, Johanna, did you clean your brush before you started this project? I'm not sure whose channel you think you're on, but why waste the ink? Okay, so I'm just gonna add some color. Just whatever is on there now. Oh, learned that lesson before. Okay, and I have Tattered Rose. Just going to put that right on top here. Same brush. I'm not even really seeing a lot of distinct color. Oh no, there's lighter and darker of whatever this is. I'm not gonna be concerned about any of this at all. Oh, and I missed something. You guys are probably yelling at me. Sorry, I wasn't listening. Put some more down. If you're wondering, I think this is either gel crayons or Neocolor 2s that have been activated, but I can reactivate it, I think. And I pay too much for this stuff to waste it. Like whatever is dry on here, more than likely I'll just scumble in whatever my next project is. Okay, and then the final color is tea dye. This one definitely is juicier. And I don't care that there's that. Again, I'm not looking to make museum quality art. Just want to play with my stuff and have some fun at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday before work day. And the weekend just kind of got to me. I'm watching this anime called Kuroko's Basketball. If you guys didn't know this about me, I actually love sports movies. I don't watch sports, but sports movies generally are just super motivational and inspirational, like Rudy, because he's so little. Which is weird because inspirational and motivational quotes really annoy me. But there's just something about sports, and then you know the guys are going to be kind of hot, that just, it does it for me. All right, so let's call that done. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping. I've got this is a Tim Holtz stamp. I've got a block that has seen better days. And I'm thinking these mushrooms might be interesting. I'm gonna use, I don't know, maybe we should use this tea dye one. What does that look like? I think I might have a darker brown, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna come in and stamp. Push and rock and lift. Wow, that looks like absolutely nothing. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Maybe we'll do it in the brown. I don't want to get over her hand, although on the outfit I don't care. And then do it in the black. But a little offset, like it's a shadow, but in reverse, because wouldn't the black be in the shadow? I don't know. I'm not a professional, I just play one on YouTube. Oh, that did nothing. Okay. I actually was hoping that was going to be epic, either fail or epic win, but that was just kind of meh. Okay. Well, that looks like it's inked up. Let's try this again. And because it's a clear block, I can see underneath. So maybe I didn't rock it enough. Oh, well, clearly I'm going to break this or rip it. That definitely looks more interesting, although it's not as clean an image. I guess because there's just so much going on. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I don't know why it seems so sticky. It's stamp. Or maybe I'm not supposed to cross the streams. Maybe that's what it is. That this formulation and that formulation don't like each other. I don't know. So I've got this one, which looks like some old-fashioned writing. We'll just go for the black. Ugh, I hate when my fingers get dirty. And we'll do this here. And here. Well, we're going to call her Toxique. Yeah, I don't know why they're sticking like that. It's a little gross, but a little fun too. There's these dot ones. Kind of look like Florida or a rash. Oh. Look at that, guys. Ooh. I keep sticking my hands in this pad thing. Kind of a halo of a Florida rash behind her. Do some down here. It feels like I'm playing. It's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, I'm gonna love it until I hate it, or love it until I love it more. That's just kind of how these things work. Let's see what these other things are. No, I think we're good with that. So let me put this ink pad away and I'll clean all that up after we're done. I got another cool gray. We're going to do that. We'll come back with the original one we had. And if you wonder why I flip it up and down, it's because I want this finer edge. I want to put a little of a shadow. And we can clean a little bit of that up. I'm going to come in with these three here. And because I know that this is going to more than likely spread, I want to be careful. I mean, if it goes outside the lines, it goes outside the lines. But if I can avoid that, even better. And these here I'm using are the Art Skills one, and that's the set I picked up from Sam's Club. Let's actually put that there. And then clean it up with the lightest. I used this color combo on something else, and I really liked how it looks. There's a little bit of feathering, but otherwise it's okay. And you don't actually really tell that it's red, at least I don't think so. It definitely looks just like a darker gray. Okay, so that was Plum, Brick Red, and True Red, again from the Art Skills set that I got from Sam's Club. Okay, so let's put in a little bit of a highlight. And that already just makes it look so good. Okay, I'm gonna clean up a little bit. There. Oh, that looks good. Let's add some of this up here, because we didn't do much up here. We're still not going to do much up here. Does look a little different. Definitely looks more interesting. I like my Uniball, but I can't find it, so we're going to just use that. Actually, don't think we, oh no, we could use, I think the black Dual Hybrid Metallic. The Sparkle Pop and the Dual Hybrid Metallic are actually the same color, at least that's my understanding. I have a little bit left in here. I do have a backup, but I think that would look nice in this thing right here. Because it kind of brings in that lip color. Yeah, I had to bust out the backup. We haven't been neat about anything else on this page, so we are going to continue along that vein of just kind of scratching stuff in. I know I've seen people apologize for having to move their coloring book because it does make it harder for you guys. But I'm of the opinion that it's a good trade-off if I can talk and show you stuff and enjoy the process, and I have to turn it so that it works for me. And then you guys have fun things to watch, right? Yay! It is skipping a little because of the Distress ink. That might be a little jankier than I wanted it to be. Oh. It's hard to see what line is what. That does make quite a bit of difference. This black and red combo is probably one of my favorites. Okay. After this, there's just one more step, and actually we're going to have a completed page. I don't know that I'm going to add anything else. If the sword were a prompt that I were trying to highlight, then I probably would add some glaze pen to that just to make it shiny. But it's not the focus of it, so I'm not going to be too fussed about it. Oh yeah, I think that looks really good. Okay, and the last step is to add some stickers. So I've got Sticky Club stickers, and then I've got some Lowbrow Misfit stickers. If you have any of those Misfit coloring books, same artist, I will add these first. And the reason I chose that is because there's some of that elements in here. And I went through my stickers and I wanted that had clear or like the white backing that kind of faded into the background. I didn't want to have anything that you could clearly see the background, and that's because I knew I was going to be doing distress ink and whatnot, and I didn't want it to detract from that. Actually, no, we'll put all of the butterflies on the outside. So there's 4, 5, 6 and 7. I think that looks good. Let's see what these cobwebs do. I don't like that. So in here, let's add some of these gemstones. And the whole basis of this page was this sticker sheet. Because initially I was going to do a bunch of grays, but I couldn't find anything that met all the criteria where it had to be clear backing and it would look nice with the page. Oh guys, look at that. We are doing stuff. Oh, tell me that does not look so pretty. I think that looks gorgeous. Now, by the time you see this, I will have edited out the silence because why not? But otherwise, I am quite pleased with this picture. I think it all ties in together. I like the little pop of red, and you can see it, although I should have placed these a little better, but overall I think it looks really good. But Doodle, I hope that helped. For the inking part, I do have the Distress inks, although I could have used my Tombows and then washed them over the palette and then used my stamps. I do collect some of these acrylic stamps because I like to use them in my journals, but I think they just add a nice touch into my coloring pages as well. It's very mixed media, and I love the overall effect. All right, guys, well, I'd love to know what you think of this picture. That's it for me for now, and as always, aloha.